Hello YouTube, this is Kilimanjaro 808 and I will be bringing you a review of the Tokyo Marui M4A1 RIS. Now in the past I have done many reviews on this particular model. I was very young at the time. The first one I did I was 16 years old. I am now 23. I've done one for a friend. I also think I have another video of the gun up on my friend's account, 808Jhawk. I will post a video or the link to his channel at the end of this video in the description. Okay, so I will go straight into the gun. We have the stock right here as usual. You're probably getting tired of me discussing the stock, so I won't go into too much detail about it. Everyone should know that an M4 stock. This is your standard M4 stock. This is your buffer tube. This is made of plastic. This is made of, I think, steel. But what's different about mine is I had a spare KWA buffer tube lying around, so I put it on this gun. Moving on to the actual receiver of the gun. The pistol grip is plastic. There is no texturized finish to it. We have a metal trigger guard and a trigger, metal bolt catch, fire selector switch, charging handle, top rail right here. I do have the carry handle for it. Dust cover. The forward assist is plastic. Your shell deflector is also plastic. So if I pull the charging handle as usual, there is the wonderful hop-up. We all know how to adjust the hop-up on an M4. Metal magazine release. Metal delta ring. And an aluminum RIS handguard or rail system, whatever you choose to call it. Front sling mount, which is attached to the front sight, which is both metal. Surprisingly, on this one doesn't move as much. I've had two other models which wiggled around like crazy, and when I was playing in the middle of the game, I would hear it wrapping around the rail system like this. It would get quite irritating. We got the post right here. See this right here? Okay, and now we move up to the flash hider, which is metal. And of course the inner barrel, which I'm sure it is somewhere in there. Okay, I do have an ACOG for this gun. It's an AMP. It's an old one I had for about 3 years. It was working when I got it, and the battery died because I left it on one day. I still need to get my lazy ass battery for that ACOG. I've just been too busy and too lazy to go out and get one. But I think it's a CR2032, something like that. And I forgot where it goes. So I need to watch a video or something of how to put a battery in an ACOG scope. This is a high cap Magpul mag. It's a 300 rounder. P-mag, my mistake. I'm not sure what brand it is. It may be a King Arms, I'm not too sure. This actually came with the KWA M16 of mine. Not the one I just reviewed. I do have another one that I bought. It's brand new in the box. It's actually the Asian model, the very rare Asian model with the Asian trademarks. The Delta Force trademarks. I don't know if anyone has ever seen a review on that gun. But it's pretty much the same thing as a KWA M16, just with Asian trademarks. And certain other small distinctive features that make it different and unique. Other than that, it's pretty much the same gun. So that gun is new in the box, so this magazine came with that gun. Other than that, external modifications. I did have more stuff with it. I actually just bought this gun on Friday from my friend. I sold it to him. He lives up the street from me. I sold it to him for $140 last year. and he did have it for sale about a couple months ago, and then I kept his number. I asked if the gun was still for sale. He said yeah. Have no use for it. Only got to use it one time. That was it. So I ended up buying it back for him for $130 with a lot less accessories. And here it is now. I'm getting it ready for a game this summer. How I got this gun? Okay, this is going to be a little confusing. I had a KWA MP7, which before I had the MP7, I had a KWA M16. I kind of regret doing the trade because my KWA M16 was cherry. It was like absolutely mint. I traded for a bust-up KWA MP7, and I traded that MP7 for this M4. I got this M4 from a place called Hawaii Airsoft Marketplace, which no longer sells guns. Facebook has this stupid new policy that they've instigated in March where no gun sales are allowed at all, and I'm pretty mad about that because that was the market. Even Craigslist now is not as active as Hawaii Airsoft Marketplace was because everyone knew that page. All transactions were handled on Hawaii Airsoft Marketplace. It was the marketplace. Now it's only for parts and accessories. And Craigslist now, it's not the same as it was before. I remember 4 or 5, maybe even close to 6 pages worth of airsoft stuff. Then HAM came around, and there would just be like tons of posts of guns for sale, guns for trade. Now we're only limited to optics and accessories, which sucks. Enough about my rant about that. Let's see. Where was I now? Oh yeah, so I got the gun from this guy named Calais, I think his name was, 2 years ago. I had the gun for a year. Never got around to using it. Just shot it in the backyard. He mentioned there was a couple of upgrades they put in the gun. I think he put metal bushings, M100 spring. I forgot the rest. I have the ad somewhere. And then I used it, just shooting in the backyard. And then I sold it to my friend Jordan, who lives up the street from me. He used it once, and he actually chronoed it at 140 FPS, which is kind of weird. So then I bought it back from him this past Friday. And here it is now. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. I mean, there's been no other internal modification or anything like that done to the gun. I did, as you can see right here, tried taking off some epoxy and glue. Because when I got this gun, it had a piece of plastic actually glued onto where the trademarks are. Right here. I scraped it off with a razor blade. It's not pretty, but oh well, what can you do? Custom screwed up the trademarks from the beginning, so oh well. Okay, plans for this rifle. I'm thinking about lightly upgrading the internals, putting probably like an M110 spring, and then just beefing up the whole upper half. So piston head, spring guide. Gears are fine. I'm not too sure if it has metal bushings. I've been told it has metal bushings, but I'm not too sure. I may put metal bushings. The gears are fine, motor's fine. That's pretty much it. The barrel is good. The Marui hop-ups are amazing. Externally, I would like to add a foregrip rail covers, which I sold to him. I sold to my friend Jordan with this gun. I gave him a lot of stuff. Nothing was a la carte. I gave him like a C-mag right there. It's actually on my little nightstand over there. I gave him a LiPo battery, a 7.4 LiPo battery, and a LiPo charger. He's trying to look for all that stuff. He's just misplaced it. I gave him two magazines actually, but whatever. I'm just happy to have it back. I'm not gonna go all out crazy like I did with the other gun many years back when I was in high school. I'm more methodical now. I do have a budget that I cannot exceed. Let's see. I like to get rail covers, foregrip, PEQ box. That's another thing too that I did not get back with the gun. I had the original PEQ box for the gun. It's small. I do have an Echo 1, no, a D-Boys one right here, but as you can see, it's missing one of the mounts for the rail, to mount onto the rail. So this is practically useless. So PEQ box, wiring is good. And I do actually have a tracer unit for it, disguised as a silencer. So I may put that back on the gun. Other than that, that's pretty much what I'm looking at, and I'm probably going to make this my main field weapon. I want to make it so that I can take it out to CQB and also use it for long range, for not really long range, but mid-range combat. Because my other one was strictly designed for mid-range combat. I had it upgraded to the max pretty much. I mean, as much as I can get it in. It was like 420 FPS. I had modified gears. I had a GMP metal body. I had it comes with the GMP one-piece hop-up. What else I had for it? I saved some of the boxes. I had a Garter M120 in it. Modified spring guide. My wiring was coming out to the rear to lighten up the weight in the front. I had the biggest battery at the time. Was a 9.6 Intellect 4200 mAh. I don't even know if they're around anymore because everyone's switching over to LiPo. I mean everyone. The LiPos are more affordable now than they were back then. So for some of you kids who are getting into airsoft now, we used to use these big 9.6 volt batteries to save money. So we would spend $40 on that. A LiPo battery was $80, $90 at the time. But now you have other companies who are selling them for the same price as a 9.6. So as far as batteries now, everyone's going to LiPo, and no one's really using the 9.6 and the 10.8 as much as we were back then. I think that's about it. Just probably like an 8.4 or 9.6 battery for this one. What else? Oh, my old gun. I did have a bipod for it at one time. The old gun, the very first one I had. And I don't know what happened to it. I think it broke. I went crazy with that gun. Then I got another one just like this in a trade for my JG G36C. And I also traded a gas blowback M4, a W gas blowback M4. I wish I kind of held on to the gun, knowing that at least here, gas blowback rifles are now dominant, which is a whole nother story. I know I'm getting quite detailed in this review and talking a lot of story, but that's pretty much the review of the Marui M4A1 RIS. Thank you for watching. I will post more videos in the future. Thank you and aloha.